welcome back to Actually Let's Talk About It. Oh my goodness, there are quite a number of consistent listeners. Thank you so much. It's actually getting very serious. Some people actually look forward to me rambling, blabbing about anything and everything. So, thank you for your time. Thank you for that. Um, yeah, today's topic is just a bit of a sobering one, I think. It's more of a reflective episode. Do you know that it's like 36 days till 2025? Isn't that crazy? Like 36 days. Like we're left with a month and 5 days. Like that's very insane. Kid December. December is here. But today's topic is I don't know, what is your countdown looking like? And how would you describe 2025 for you? I mean, 2024. Like, how was 2024? Did you enjoy yourself this year? What was chaotic about it? What was amazing about it? Like, compare the person that you were in 2024 January to the person that you are now. Like, how is that looking? I think a lot of the times we forget to reflect and introspect on, certain things. And I totally get that because of the hustle and bustle of life. But I think we should just pause and be present and just like think and be like, oh my God, what was it about 2024 that made me, you know, like it, enjoy it, or memorable, whether in a good or bad way, whether you crashed out like 500 times, of which I did throughout the year. Throughout the year, I honestly feel like this was just like my worst year. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but something just went left. But a lot of good things happened as well. So that's what we're trying to focus on. We're trying to focus on being grateful, being present, and also just like reflecting, introspecting, unpacking, checking in with yourself. We're just checking in to just have that little chat, be like, okay, 2024 was good. The year is over. What am I grateful for? What am I thankful for? I think this is round about the period people start prepping for things like Thanksgiving. It makes sense that like Thanksgiving is a thing. I think it should be incorporated like everywhere and in any time throughout the year. You should just be thankful and grateful for your life, for your year. And it shouldn't be like at the end of the year. It should be like something you do frequently, just to be thankful, celebrating the little milestones, the things that you've accomplished, and actually making your life celebratory. The words I'm saying today. It's like I'm reading a book. Anyway, um, so yes, if the pronunciation is wrong, sue me. I'm black and I'm Zimbabwean Sha. So anyway, let's get into it. This was supposed to be a short intro, but I just went straight into the word. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so I don't know whether you want to make it like more interactive or you just want to listen of how I'm processing this year, but it's up to you. If you want to put it into practice or just do it for yourself, I don't know. I am not a guru, I don't know anything. I'm just expressing how I'm trying to be more intentional and also just yapping. Anyway, so um I feel like a lot of people, I don't know whether it's a lot of people, but some people are obsessive planners, and I think I'm an obsessive planner. I'm a person who likes to know when what's what, like when something is going to happen, and I like planning and preparing for it. so that so that you don't catch me lacking. I don't like to lose. I don't know whether it makes me competitive, but I feel like sometimes it makes me like controlling in a way that makes you very hard on yourself. You're just like criticizing, you just want everything to be right, and when things go wrong, like you have a meltdown every day. Yeah, I'm talking to my anxious people. I think people with anxiety understand what I'm saying. So it's something that like I struggle with, and it's something that I just felt like, you know what, I need to really work on this, right? Because the number of things that went left, the number of things that went wrong. And because I had a plan, and all of these things are not part of the plan, I had to change routine. I had to adapt to every situation I was in. I had to crash out, like have a breakdown about it. I had to just like, ugh, deal with so much nonsense, right? Outside of the plan, because the plan is your plan, right? But that the plan didn't go as planned. The plan did not go as planned, and I changed because who I was just didn't fit the plan anymore. Like the person that I was didn't fit the plan anymore, and the plan was non existent because everything was going left. I hope you're staying with me here. So, um, I changed a lot. However, there's so many things I've learned about myself. It was more of an introspective season where I learned more like, okay, actually, since I'm out of my comfort zone, this is how I deal with this is how I deal with that. Because this constant like obsession of control over situations makes you very, you know, very close minded, very narrow minded. You limit yourself. Sometimes you're your own op, sometimes you don't allow yourself to explore different things, different avenues, to travel, to relocate, to change jobs. Like you tend to like just stay put because that's what you know, and you hold on to that and hyperfixate on that. And then when that one thing you know disappears, you don't know what to do because you haven't exposed yourself to other situations. So that's exactly what I was dealing with. I was out of my comfort zone. I was meeting new people. I was in spaces that I never thought I would have to be in, or I was trying my best to expose myself to as many experiences as possible. And not all of them were great experiences. All of them were either were just either bad decisions or just like me being nonchalant because I have no control over my life and what's going on. So it's a very hard thing to do, to be grateful when that's what you experience. It's very hard to look at the bright side because you've never had to do that because of the control. So I'm forcing myself to be positive and just trying, because I feel like I was becoming more of a pessimist because I've lost control of who I was, what I am, what I believe in, whatever. Like everything was just all over. And now sitting down with yourself and saying, okay, in the midst of the chaos, like there's gotta be something that was good that happened. And yeah, I think for me, I learned more about myself. I think in the season, I just grew. Like I changed. Like I evolved. Like there's a version of me that I was like, ooh, I don't like this girl. I need to work on myself. It was very, very enlightening because there were days where there was nothing I could do but to just sit and just like wait it out, or spend the day with myself, by myself, no plans, no friends, no groove, nothing, no job. You're just by yourself. You're just there, you know? And there are a lot of skeletons we have in our closets, okay? And I think we need to start addressing these skeletons, okay? Some of you people know the things you need to work on, but you're just like avoiding them, and you think that you avoiding them will make the problem or the toxic trait magically disappear, but it's not good. Yeah. But what I'm proud of, like what I'm grateful for 2024, is that I've actually recognized that, and I've become aware of that, and I'm intentionally working on it. And because I've become self-aware, I it's easier to live every day when you're like self-aware, when you know things about yourself. I was like, okay, this obsessive control and whatever about things beyond my control needs to stop. Let me try and focus on what I can control in this moment, in this like present time, and enjoy that. Just enjoy. So, whether it's romanticizing your life or doing things that make you happy, recognizing that, like, okay, this situation I need to walk away from because it's not good for me, I feel like that is something to be thankful for. Rescuing yourself. Because everybody wants to say, yeah, everyone needs saving. No one is coming to save you. Like, sweetie, like, I had to have this, like, hectic talk with myself. I recognize that, like, no one is coming to save me. No one is coming to rescue me. No one is going to come flying down saying, hey, Ayanda, how are you? I'm here to make all your problems disappear. Here, feel better. That is not how life works. And I just realized it this year that, like, you actually just have to be your biggest fan, your biggest, is it critique or critic? Ooh, critic. Like I said, English is not my first language. Relax. But yeah, being able to say, I need to break this pattern, break this cycle for me. I don't want to continue doing this. It's very powerful. Choosing yourself in moments where usually you wouldn't choose yourself. Focusing on you, minding your business, and then getting recognized for it, whether it made you then like start a new company, start a new business, relocate, travel, get a passport stamp, get a license, whether it was now you taking a leap of faith to, like, okay, post that first Instagram picture, open that catalog for the first time, start something, whether it was the first time you shot your shot to this person, you went out for the first time, you went for an interview. I don't know what it looks like for you, but there are also some things you need to recognize. I feel like we are in such a doomsday world, and it's so easy to, like, be sucked into the negativity consistently and then feeling sorry for yourself or victim blaming. It's so easy with the world that we live in, where people are so entitled, opinionated, people have something to say, somebody has an opinion, and cancel culture exists, and social constructs, and then trauma, and then this world is just chaotic. It's just a very crazy place to be, especially if you're a conscious person, if you're a living, breathing human being. It is so hard to exist in this world. That's something I am acknowledging, and I'm not downplaying what people are going through. Like, life is terrible. But the fact that you have the ability in the midst of life being terrible to look at something in the like in a positive way, it's just it's crazy. I feel like it's a superpower. And I feel like ever since I told myself, you know what, let me just focus on what I can control. Let me just do what I can day to day. If I feel like hanging out, I want to hang out. If I feel like traveling, I want to travel. I'm going to do it. I'm going to just try and make my life better. If I can make it better in that moment, I'm going to make it better. Even if it's in a reckless way, at least I tried to make it better. I tried. I don't know. You know? I'm not trying to enable terrible patterns. Don't get me wrong. But I think there's just something good in looking in the good, looking in the positive things about yourself. I think we are not kind to ourselves. We don't give ourselves as much grace as possible. And it's because of our responsibilities, our backgrounds, ethnicities, belief systems, how we were brought up, or just plain old trauma that we were exposed to. But I feel like you should celebrate yourself. You've come so far. You've accomplished so much. And it's not something that should ever be ignored. It's something that should be celebrated. Some of you graduated. I hope you checked in with yourself and said, I did that. I hope you hyped yourself up and said, that was me. I hope you said, I'm him, I'm her. I hope you said something or did something to recognize how iconic that is, or how much of an accomplishment it is to have. Some of you got married and y'all are downplaying it like it's nothing. Y'all need to celebrate that. Some of you moved out. Some of you went back to your home countries safely, reunited with your families. Some of you walked away from abusive relationships. Some of you walked away from toxic friendships. Some of you chose yourselves in situations where you weren't supposed to choose yourself, but you chose yourself anyway because you prioritized yourself in that moment. You need to be grateful for that. You need to be grateful for that. Some of you got promoted. Some of you traveled. Some of you went to places and were experienced things for the first time in your life ever. Some of you met amazing people. Like, I know this year I met phenomenal people. I've had a crazy year, and there are so many people who I've met in this year that made it very, very memorable. Some of you met people like that. Some of you got your licenses. Like, some of y'all were paying mortgages or bonds, whatever. You invested in your first stock. I don't know. Some of you are almost done. Some of you didn't even get sick. You didn't even get hospitalized this whole year. You didn't experience that. Some of you are paid up. Some of you got jobs. Okay. Like, I'm just, maybe it's because of me, and maybe the negativity I allow to linger around me. But it's just so easy to just like look past these milestones and ignore them and just act like they never happened when they did. Some of you are getting prizes, awards, recognitions. Your names are being said in rooms where you never thought they would be, and y'all just ignoring that. So y'all just gonna act like that ain't happening. No, I think we really should take a step back, reflect, and just check in with ourselves, spoil ourselves, cheat ourselves, and say, whew, I deserve this. Because, like I said earlier, you're all you've got, and this is your life. And we're all doing this life thing. Like my aunt told me a couple of weeks ago that we're all doing this life thing for the first time, so no one has it figured out. So the fact that you're able to do good, or to experience something good in this mess, is something to celebrate. So as you're writing your New Year's resolutions, for those who are the planners, like I mentioned earlier, you should also look back and say, look at how far I've come. You know how Spotify and YouTube Music, Apple, whatever, Apple Music, they do 2024 recap. They show you the song that you listen to, your favorite song of the year, your top 5, your what. Why don't you do that for yourself? What was your favorite thing about this year? What was the funniest thing that happened to you this year? What is your favorite thing about this year? What is your most memorable thing that happened to you this year? What, and whether it's pictures, and that's why I love that we take pictures a lot now, and we don't have to worry about memory and stuff like that, because there's iCloud, there's Google Drive, there's Google Photos. Like, hey, there are pictures. There's Instagram now, there's TikTok. Like, if you want to actually track your growth or your life or diarize it, you can visually. And you need to just look back at those moments, look back at those pictures and say, oh my God, like, this is how far I've come. This was my year. What was your favorite restaurant of the year, or club of the year? If you go to the club, what was your favorite club you went to this year? What was your favorite meal this year? What did you like eating a lot? You know, and you're gonna see how much you went to different restaurants and tried different foods, or you're going to see how much you traveled. It will open like just your mind to reliving those experiences that made you feel alive, that made you happy in that moment. So let's do that. Like, let's get into 2025 with gratitude. Let's be like, in as much as we want to plan as well, it's okay that the plan doesn't go as planned. Like, it's normal. It's okay. Just learn to be present, learn to be grateful for where you are right now. Focus on what you can control. Always reflect on the things that made you happy before, and try to relive those experiences so that your life is a story filled with adventure, filled with memories, filled with so many characters. Not a life that's just like empty and then you want to blame somebody else. The only person you will have to blame is yourself. self. So that's the end of my episode today. It was a very cutely, very mindful episode. It's today we were practicing mindfulness. Yes, this is another side of me, okay? I'm not always unserious, but there are times when we need to, in all fairness, just look back, reflect, think, and be like, what was it about this year? What was it about this job? What was it about this new relationship? What was it about this person? What it like? Let's look back and reflect. Let's just practice that so that we become more grateful about where we are in this moment right now. And I hope I made somebody feel better about their year if they felt like it was absolutely terrible, of which I did feel like it. But I'm looking back and I'm just like, wow, there's just a lot of things that like I could write a book. I want to write a book. I want to write or have a biopic or something like that about me. My life is a movie. And it's okay. So, yeah, thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope you feel mindful about where you are right now. It's 36 days till 2024 ends. What are you happy about? Like, what was iconic about 2024? If you were to do like a presentation or a news report, it's like a news bulletin, like you're spilling the tea, what would you say 2024 was like? And yeah, thank you so much for listening. I'm your host, Ayanda. Thank you for your interactions and support and feedback. If you haven't listened to the previous episodes, there's Grownish, which was about my university experience. Love the Way You Lie Part 2, which was just like a rant like this episode. And Boundaries. So those are just other things if you like to listen to something different, something relevant to how you feel. Feel free to look back at the episodes. Thank you, and I can't wait to talk to y'all next time. Bye.